Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. New York is declaring a state of emergency as it prepares to tackle cases of the newly discovered Omicron variant. Big Fox's Matt Kleindinst joins us from Corning with how the southern tier is getting ready.
Good evening, Scott. As New York enters a state of emergency, local officials are keeping an eye out for new information regarding the Omicron variant. However, the status quo will remain in the southern tier for the time being. As the world races to learn more about the Omicron variant, southern tier officials are staying vigilant.
I'm watching it very closely and reading everything that I can possibly read about it.
Darlene Smith with the Steuben County Health Department says the state of emergency is a good proactive measure to take while more information is gathered. So far, the state has not found any confirmed cases of the variant, and the status quo of Steuben County will remain for the time being.
Similar to Delta or really any other variant, I will never know until it is laboratory confirmed whether or not this particular variant has arrived in Steuben County.
In Chemung County, mask requirements in county buildings will remain. However, there are no plans to implementing further mandates.
We're all on the same page and feel that a mask mandate at this time in Chemung County is not necessary.
Both counties continue to hold vaccine clinics and strongly encourage residents to get vaccinated. Darlene Smith is also encouraging residents to remain calm but cautious with the new variant.
We just need to keep a very close eye on it and see what progresses over the course of the next few days, few weeks.
New York's state of emergency goes into effect on Friday. Matt Kleindinst, Big Fox, WYDC in Corning.
The Pennsylvania Supreme Court is reinstating the school mask mandate temporarily. This decision overrules a Commonwealth Court decision that declared the mandate did not follow proper procedure. That ruling would have ended the mandate by December 4th and allow local districts to implement their own mandates. The Supreme Court will hear arguments about the case and will decide the fate of the mask mandate on December 8th. A Tompkins County inmate is back in custody tonight after breaking out of jail. According to police, Jeffrey Cornell escaped the county jail during kitchen and cleaning duties on Monday evening. After a 16-hour search, police were able to track down Cornell along West State Street in Ithaca. Cornell was arrested on second-degree escaping custody. He was originally serving a DWI charge, along with pending assaults and mischief charges. An anti-Asian violence protest draws dozens of people in Philadelphia. The protest comes nearly a month after a group of Asian American teens were attacked on a SEPTA train after school. One of those teens was beaten and had to be hospitalized. The community decided to rally together and demand more safety after police revealed the attack was likely racially motivated. 4 teenagers have been charged in connection to the incident. Celebrity surgeon Dr. Oz is expected to enter the race for Pennsylvania's open Senate seat. The 61-year-old doctor has reportedly hired campaign aides and consulted with GOP leaders to enter the high-stakes race. Oz will be running in the Republican primary to replace retiring GOP Senator Pat Toomey. Dr. Oz rose to fame after making several appearances on The Oprah Winfrey Show, which led to him getting his own TV show. He's hosted his daily syndicated The Dr. Oz Show since 2009. Several firefighters were injured after a ceiling collapsed while they were battling a blaze on Manhattan's Upper East Side. The fire broke out early this morning at a restaurant, and the flames spread to the building's third-floor apartments. Over 100 firefighters responded to the scene. At least 4 firefighters suffered minor injuries from that ceiling collapse. No other injuries were reported. At least 16 countries, including the UK, Germany, and Canada, are now reporting cases of the new Omicron variant. Jackie Ibanez has the latest on the spread of this new COVID-19 variant, President Biden's response, and the science behind detecting new variants in the first place.
Just too much. It's always something.
News of the Omicron variant is proving too much for many Americans, tired of the ongoing pandemic and wondering when it will all be over. And while President Biden says it's inevitable, Omicron will make its way into the U.S., he says lockdowns are off the table, citing hope more folks will get vaccinated to slow the spread and prevent the virus from mutating into newer variants.
We'll have to face this new threat just as we faced those that come before it.
But the president isn't alone. The CDC is calling for more shots into people's arms, announcing Monday every adult 18 years and up should get a booster shot in case Omicron surges here in the States.
In the U.S. right now, nearly every infection is with the Delta variant. If that starts to change, then that will be reason to believe that the Omicron variant is highly contagious.
This comes as the World Health Organization says Omicron now poses very high risks, pointing to early signs it could be very contagious. And as health experts race to get a better understanding of Omicron, scientists continue testing virus samples to see if their genetic makeup shows the emergence of a new variant.
More than 5 million viruses have been sequenced since the start of the epidemic, with new variants being made available every week from all the countries of the world. This allows us to understand when a new variant emerges.
Health experts continue calling for increased global vaccination efforts, saying areas with fewer shots could be possible breeding grounds for new variants. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
3 people are dead and 6 were injured in a shooting this afternoon at a high school in Oxford, Michigan. Authorities say the 3 people killed at Oxford High School are believed to be students. Investigators also say one of those shot is believed to be a teacher. The suspect was identified as a 15-year-old boy who is a sophomore at the school. It is day 2 in the trial of actor Jussie Smollett, accused of lying to police and fabricating an alleged hate crime. Matt Finn has more from Chicago.
Testimony beginning today in the trial of actor Jussie Smollett, the former Empire star accused of staging a racist and homophobic attack back in 2019 and then lying about it to police. The lead investigator in the case taking the stand Tuesday, former Chicago police detective Michael Thies, saying there was no rush to judgment in regards to the case and that roughly 24 detectives worked nearly 3,000 hours investigating before they determined it was all a lie. Prosecutors laying out their case, claiming Smollett paid a pair of brothers $3,500 to carry out the attack, even giving them money to buy supplies, which included a noose Smollett says was placed around his neck.
You want to take it off or anything? Yeah, I do. I just want to see it.
The actor continues to maintain his innocence, with defense claiming the 2 brothers attacked Smollett because they did not like him, and that the $3,500 paid by Smollett was for training for an upcoming music video. In opening statements, Smollett's attorneys say he is a real victim, saying there is no physical evidence that proves the actor orchestrated his own attack. Smollett's brother speaking for the family before heading into the courtroom.
It has been incredibly painful as his family to watch someone you love be accused of something they did not do. All right? We're confident in his legal team, and we look forward to people hearing the actual facts in this case.
Jussie Smollett is charged with 6 felony counts of lying to police. He faces up to 3 years in prison, but there is also the possibility of probation. In Chicago, Matt Finn, Fox News.
Pennsylvania prosecutors have asked the U.S. Supreme Court to rule on the Bill Cosby sexual assault case. Prosecutors are asking the High Court to reverse a decision from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which set Cosby free back on June 30th. Cosby's conviction for sexual assault was thrown out because Cosby thought he had an immunity agreement with a former prosecutor when he gave damaging testimony against himself. That testimony was then used to help convict Cosby of drugging and sexually abusing a woman. Montgomery County DA Kevin Steele has stated that that agreement should not carry the legal weight of an immunity agreement. Still ahead tonight, if you're struggling to find the right size or color of something for someone on your gift list, experts say gift cards might be your best bet this year.
If you're not getting ahead of your holiday shopping now, you're likely going to find limited options the closer that we get to Christmas.
Why more people could be opting for gift cards this year instead of normal presents, coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Your Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. We did have some snow falling across many of our hometowns, and it really painted our towns white. And I'm expecting the snow to stick around because temperatures will be cold enough where it will just keep the snow here. However, as we head into the next few hours, I think our snow chances will start to taper off. Tomorrow it will be cloudy and it will be chilly, but it's possibly going to be a degree or two warmer than today. We are expecting even warmer conditions for your Thursday, and so any precipitation that forms will be in the form of rain, but then another system will bring the cold air back, along with that a little bit of snow. So for tomorrow, high pressure still in control of our weather. It will be chilly, but it will be very seasonable. But notice to our west and to our south, there is a batch of rain that will be moving in, and that should arrive on Thursday. But during the day on Wednesday, it will be cloudy. I think we will stay dry. Temperatures around 35 degrees at 8 o'clock. We do manage to get up to around 40 degrees at noon, so that's going to be a little bit better than today, but our high will only be in the low 40s, and there could be some peaks of sunshine as well. But then we have a series of systems that will quickly move through the region on Thursday. Again, because those temperatures will be warm enough, I think the precipitation will be falling as rain, and then colder air will sneak back in with our next system, and that's going to change things to snow. So here's a look at your feature radar, where we're finding just a few flurries for the next few hours, ending by early tomorrow morning. And I think just a few clouds moving across our sky, increasing clouds in the afternoon into the evening hours, and notice the rain that will be coming in. There could be a few flurries as we start off the day on Thursday, but as those temperatures warm up, I think the precipitation will be in the form of rain, and it's going to be spotty throughout the day. So by 6 o'clock, this will end. I think it will be quiet on Friday, and it looks like we could have more chances of rain and snow over the weekend. Here's a look at your forecast. Tonight, we drop down to around 33 degrees in Elmira, around 34 degrees in Corning, with snow continuing for the next few hours. Highs tomorrow in the low 40s for Corning and Elmira, but cooler in Wayland at 37 degrees, 39 degrees for you in Wellsboro. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We are expecting a little bit warmer conditions on Thursday. We do start off below freezing. That's why I think there is the possibility of a few flurries early in the day on Thursday, but that will be switching over to showers. It will be a windy day, so it's going to feel a little bit colder. We dry out on Friday. We have another round coming in on Saturday, and then another system, stronger system, arriving early next week, and that's going to keep the cold air around with highs in the 30s.
A Texas community is in mourning after a police officer was struck and killed by a suspected drunk driver. Dion Anglin has more.
Flowers left by supporters on this somber day outside Euless Police Headquarters. The department is mourning the loss of one of its own after a fatal crash Saturday afternoon caused by suspected drunken driver, 26-year-old Dylan Molina. Police say Molina was fleeing in this Jeep from a parking lot where he'd struck another vehicle. Moments later, he ran a red light at Boat Club Road and Rocky Point Trail in Lake Worth and crashed into the officer's car. Detective Alex Cervantes, a 7-year veteran with Euless PD, was killed. He was off duty and traveling with his family. Cervantes' wife remains in critical but stable condition. Their 2 sons, 10 and 11 years old, also received non-life-threatening injuries. On Sunday, a procession was organized to transport the body of Detective Cervantes to a funeral home. Efforts to support his family are taking shape. One group, Brotherhood for the Fallen, is organizing a donation drive with details soon to be announced. Meantime, an initial public records search for the suspect, Molina, does not show history of a criminal background. The Euless police force now dealing with a tremendously tough loss to the department and its community.
If you put a premium on protecting your family, when is paying money into premiums for life insurance right? Some experts say at least one idea is key, and that is to start early. For younger families with multiple responsibilities, experts at Credible, the financial technology and insurance company, say the younger you buy for life insurance, the lower monthly rate you can lock in. And young families should do the following before buying. Know your debt, including home, credit card, mortgage, and student loans. Insurance should cover expenses and income for a set number of years, and consider accidental death costs, such as funeral expenses. Animal rights group PETA is taking a jab at trendy fashion stores with a fake fashion line of human leather clothing and accessories. The satirical online shopping outlet is dubbed Urban Outrage. It has items claiming to be from human body parts, such as faces, teeth, and skin. Names of people supposedly killed adorn dresses, handbags, belts, jackets, shoes, and pants. The fake online marketplace is aimed at making shoppers think before buying an item made from an animal. Of course, visitors to the sites can't actually buy anything. Clicking Add to Cart takes shoppers to more information on PETA's mission. Shoppers are still trying to cross items off their lists, but experts say if you can't find the right size or color, this year gift cards really might be your best option. Lauren Blanchard has more.
If you're not getting ahead of your holiday shopping now, you're likely going to find limited options the closer that we get to Christmas.
From D.C. across the nation, a whopping 3/4 of people say they have been impacted by the supply chain problems, according to a Fox News poll. Data shows people may be opting for giving gift cards instead this year.
E-gift cards are as easy to send as they are to spend.
Shelley Hunter is a consumer guide for giftcards.com. She points to inflation, shipping delays, and bare shelves.
Recipients love gift cards. You get to go buy what you want. It's really a fantastic experience, which is why it keeps being the most requested gift of the season.
According to the Black Hawk Network, shoppers plan to spend 41% of their budget on gift cards, 27% more than last year, also in part because they're easier. So you've decided to go with a gift card, but how to make it seem more thoughtful? Etiquette expert Cindy Seed says choose a store the recipient has access to and can afford. Wrap it nicely and add a note.
That makes it show that you cared and did some research before you gave them that card.
And Seed says protect the card with gift receipts.
Especially this year, with all of our supply chain issues and so forth, we may be buying batches of gift cards. So in this instance too, make sure the store gives you separate receipts for each of those gift cards. Make a list of them.
And Seed says if you are given a gift card, just like anything else, be sure to write a thank you note after the holidays.
Nissan is set to put more money into electric cars. The automaker will invest nearly $18 billion over the next decade to build more than a dozen models of all-electric vehicles. Nissan reps say they hope to have 50% of Nissan's global fleet electrified by 2030. This comes after a new survey found that auto industry executives expect electric vehicles to represent over half of new car sales in the US and China by 2030. Your morning bowl might be getting a little pricier. Cereal giant General Mills says they will be raising prices on their breakfast products beginning next year. Reports say prices of the company's cereal will start going up in January. Household names like Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Trix, and Chex are all going to be affected by these price increases. Sources say you could be paying up to 20% more for some of your favorite foods, but not all increases will be that high. An underwater photographer in Hawaii gets the surprise of his life when he comes face to face with a great white shark. Bryce Moore has that story.
Looking at the head, I'm like, that is not a tiger shark. And it got closer and closer, just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, that is for sure 100% a great white.
The beast, which Verbeck says was over 15 feet, wasn't behaving in a threatening way. So he stuck around. I
just shot as much as I could as she went by, and then she just disappeared back off the drop. And then I was like shaking. I was like, whoa, that was insane.
Dr. Carl Meyer with the Hawaii Institute for Marine Biology says great whites may be in the area because of humpback whales who breed in Hawaiian waters from November through April. But the behavior Verbeck saw is fairly normal for great whites.
Typical behavior for these big sharks is one of wariness around people. And so even though they might be curious, they're also wary. And so the only time that you see aggressive behavior is typically when they're actively foraging.
Verbeck says he was unnerved and overwhelmed by the experience, but never felt in danger.
If she wanted to take me, she would have taken me. And her demeanor was just curiosity. She just came up to look to see what I was doing.
I imagine you're thankful that you're not fish food right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy birthday to you.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. A California swimming champion known as Mighty Mo is celebrating another mighty accomplishment, her 100th birthday. Maureen Kornfeld was greeted with a cake and a piñata at the pool where she still swims almost every weekday. She has 14 world championships and has set 28 world records. She was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 2018. Now, Kornfeld's only started swimming seriously at the age of 65. The swimming sensation says if she had any words of inspiration for anyone, it's just to enjoy life. Thanks so much for being with us this evening. Have a great night.